I'm very excited to do this with you,
Are you?
honestly.
You're looking forward to it? You've hit the big time now, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
I feel like you're prime time. We're set up.
Cool, awesome. So, Ryan Murphy, welcome to the show. Say hello to everybody.
Happy to be here. Hey, everybody.
And congratulations.
Flew all the way here for this.
Exactly, yeah, on a plane just to get this. It's how big time to get it.
That's right.
Congratulations on the new arrival, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
So
yeah,
my first question to you is, what's easier to manage, right? 40 to 50 salespeople or 3 kids?
I got to tell you, it's 3 kids and the missus.
Yes.
The missus and the expectations involved with that is... It's been a new tour of duty.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you though.
So, last few years of Bullhorn,
Yep.
Amazing journey. You've turned an enterprise team that was basically page 2 of Google, i.e. where people go to hide and die, into
how to get fired quick.
into the sponsored ads version of Google on page 1, where you want to go, and where you want to be to be seen at Bullhorn. So. Talk us through from growing a team, maybe 5-10 people back then to 40-50 people now. Where do you start when you plan that out? What are the strategies that you've looked at to get there?
I'd start with important correction. It's we've done it. And that was the hardest lesson I had to learn early, and it was a hard lesson to learn. It's to get where we are today took recruiting and really, really important leaders, important people, good people.
Yeah.
And they did it, honestly. I didn't do much
other
than censor myself and no 4-letter words. But it was a realization that there was no way we were going to do what we thought possible if it was going to have to be about me. Cool. It was about us.
Right. Okay. So on this journey that we've been on, so what have been some of the... Let's be positive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the highs. What are some of the highs that you've seen as you've climbed this mountain?
I think the first one was we always wanted to work with the whole, the name brands in the recruiting industry, whether it's Adecco, Page, Manpower, Kelly. From when I started at Bullhorn, when I started, we were cut. My job was to bill $100,000 a month, and that was like a big deal. When we broke $100,000 in billing for the first time, it was a huge thing at Bullhorn. But even when we were celebrating those victories, it was, when are we going to go work with the best brands in this industry? How is that going to happen? What will it take to get there? And we had no idea, and it took a decade, right? And you can never forecast that. You can only, what I've learned is you got to roll with it. The highs, I'd say, winning that first real partnership with Adecco. It was like we had arrived, and now 3 years later, we've set 6 of those customers. Believe in us. They're willing to spend a lot of money with us for their business
and trust.
I mean. And you get in those meetings, and I know you know this. It's not about the dollars and cents or the feature or whatever. It's we're out here to do something special. And
so on that whole topic of digital transformation, huge topic across multiple industries, where do you see the recruitment industry in our customers and prospects on that curve?
I think I was talking to a CIO of a big company, big customer of ours here in the UK, and we were having a conversation about this topic, and we're just not even close. It's tough. It's tough and it's awesome to sit back and watch our customers try to change their business on technology and you meet a customer that maybe brought in an executive from outside. We're just so far behind.
Yeah.
You know, it's great for our business. It's great for our customers' businesses, but we're a fraction of other industries. You look at FinServ, healthcare. I mean, they're actually doing things with AI, like real things.
Good. So, what makes a good leader in your?
What makes a good leader? You know, it changes over time.
Yeah.
You know, a lot. I think there's many cliches, but often what got you here isn't going to be what gets you there, right?
Yep.
But I think in our business right now, what makes a good leader is being able to develop your succession plan. And the leaders that are focused on their people and focused on the strengths of their team, the development opportunities, and really push on that and not try to do it themselves is what separated the leaders that are here today from the leaders that are not here today.
Got it. So in terms of inspiration for you, who have you looked at as leaders to learn somebody's his skills, his ideas, his concept? Where do you start with that?
I mean, I think a running joke is my affinity for sports analogies.
Okay, I love a sports analogy. Who doesn't like that?
Listen, I'm a diehard Patriots fan, season ticket holder.
White! He's in! Patriots win the Super Bowl! Brady has his 5th! What a comeback!
Student of Bill Belichick.
Okay.
And the culture that he's created around winning.
Yep.
And do your job, do your role, next man up, all of those phrases that if you're from New England or the NFL, you were either really sick of it or it wakes you up in the morning if you're me. But that is definitely one example. And then, I'll stick with the Pats team. I think there's real beauty in the partnership between Bill and Tom. Tom wants the ball. He wants to throw the touchdown. He does not want to coach. Bill wants to coach, and he doesn't want to throw the touchdown passes. Okay. So there's that relationship between coach and leader, the real leader on the field. It's just so fun to watch. I imagine it's fun to be a part of when you're on the Patriots and winning Super Bowls, and I think that we got a little bit of that going on here now. Strategies. We've had one strategy the whole time.
Okay.
Right? So the way that I like to think about strategy is there is a real thing in which you are trying to accomplish, and that's a goal or a vision. And that vision was to work with the biggest brands in the world and sell bigger deals than have ever been sold at the company and work with customers in a different way than we'd ever worked with them before. So that was
that was the 10, North
50, Star? 10, 15 years from now, where do we want to be? That's where we want to be. But then there's like subcategories of strategy. The arena in which you play, the constraints in which you work under, the structure in which you use to support the strategy, and those things have changed over time. But the biggest thing that I would say I used personally to help us get there is simple, consistent communication. And
that's massive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the team probably heard it from me with this deal orientation thing, and it's like, if you think you're saying it too often, you're probably not, and you were before.
Right.
Is kind of what I've learned, and especially with the culture of our team, all around the world, different roles.
Yes, let's probe on that. Let's probe on that. So you're not just managing a team in one space or one part of the world and one time zone. It's people and cultures as well. So how do you even navigate that? Where do you start?
Well, I think it started with our first part of the conversation. Like, you have to trust the leaders that know those things, because they're in region, they're on the ground, they're going to battle every day with the squad. I'm not. And you got to enable and empower that to grow and have like a really firm trust and conviction that the decisions you made were the decisions you made, they were right at the time with the data you had, and we're moving forward.
Okay.
But honestly, I know it's kind of a joke, but something changed in our team when we decided to jump on the WhatsApp and get in the swarm.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't overnight necessarily, but it sort of was.
Mm-hmm.
Like once we got the whole squad in there, and if you're on there, it's a lot of bullshit. But it's a lot of applause and
I'm gonna swear, Stuart. Honestly, I won't swear. Is it an easy discipline to learn, be able to trust? Because you're there in Boston, in your little war room, looking at your deal board.
Overanalyzing.
How much time do you spend at the deal board?
I have that thing up all day.
Yeah. So. Okay. So there you are, Boston deal board's up there.
Nice, sick 70-inch screen, and I'm a little spoiled.
So it must be a discipline to be able to trust your leaders in region to go out and execute as you see fit, as you trust them to do.
You know, the trust factor that's not the discipline anymore. The discipline is watching and allowing them to trust their people.
Got it.
Because if you think of how we grown,
filters down.
Yeah, and like you naturally as a leader, as a person, you want to question things.
Yeah.
And you want to question decisions that your leaders are making, and I just feel like there is a line where some of that is productive in your coaching, and if you cross that line, your leaders will never trust you the same way they did before.
Got it.
So
trust. It's all about trust.
It really is.
Trust with your people and trust with your customers and trust with the team as well, because we always talk about a bullhorn. It's not just
intentions too. Trust of intentions is important.
Yes, but it's not just a sales team, right? It's the partners within the business. It's the support team. It's the solution consulting team. It's the professional services team, etc. It's trusting those as being good partners and working.
Yeah, and that was like a pointed thing. You know, I know we make jokes about Stoddy smoothness in Atlanta, but that guy thought about that for months and what the culture that he wanted to build and we wanted to build together, and we are the beacon and we're the light, and if people can't trust us and we can't trust them, it's like, what are we doing here, you know?
So who's smoother, Dave Stott or Greg Lagarde?
Oh God, it depends on the situation. I'd say Stoddy has his smoothness that will never be emulated by a Greg Lagarde, but there are situations where the Lagarde smoothness
it's that voice. You've got to love the Lagarde voice. You've got to love it. But I think, Ryan, thank you.
Yeah,
been a pleasure.
Man, I told you.
You've done it now.
It's worth the trip.
Bucket list
I'm in. Prime time, baby.
Cool. Catch you later.
Man. Great series. It's a little bit scary what's going on out there in the atmosphere right now.
Yeah, but I think in the UK, we're surrounded by the stuff, and it just drops to the sky every day. I mean, you look out, you can see it there right now. But I guess,
water every morning.
But I guess in where you wake up every morning, it's a different story.
It's a different story.